Hey, what's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is my Nagelfar collection. This is the Nagelfar from Germany, not the Swedish one. Nagelfar, if you will. They're a black metal band that started in 1993. They released their first demo in 95 and then another one in 96. I've actually never heard them. I know they re-released them on a CD and vinyl format, like, I don't know, it was like a year or two ago, and I just never got around to listening to it. It was like back in the day when I got into this band, it was just like kind of like impossible to find the demos, so it was just kind of like whatever. But yeah, so anyway, in 1997 they released their first full-length Hunengrab im Herbst, whatever. Yeah, I got this a while back. This is a fucking fantastic atmospheric black metal album. There's really nothing out there that sounds like it. There's so many. I don't even know how to describe their style of black metal. I mean, it's atmospheric, but like, I guess heavy Burzum influence, because at the time, 97, I mean, like, as far as atmospheric black metal, like, who's really out? I mean, a lot of the stuff kind of reminds me of Druk, or whatever, Drudka from Ukraine, but I guess in that sense, Drudka kind of borrowed their style from Nagelfar. So, I don't even know who I would really, I mean, I guess Burzum, but there's a lot of like fast parts in their music too. So yeah, the first two songs, Seal and Land, the first song is just an absolute classic. The keys are just complete Burzum worship. I love the dual vocaling layers. The production is just like perfect for this album. I love the drum production. Like, it's so upfront, but not too much. And yeah, it's raw but not raw, and the vocals are just perfect. And then the second song, Schwanen Gesang, is another banger, 14 plus minute song. I love the riffs in that song. It's great. The keys, again, in one sense, they're a little bit goofy, but they do work with the music. And then the title track, Hunengrab im Herbst, whatever. It's like a keyboard song, which is really cool. It's a good interlude. Bildnis der Apocalypse is great. Srant Gorth, the next song, is awesome. Very uplifting, atmospheric, black metal riffing. And then the last song is a perfect closer, 14 minutes. It has this very mesmerizing Burzum kind of riff that starts from the middle and just kind of carries on through into the end. And I love the blast beats at the end. So yeah, this is a 9 out of 10. This is like a near perfect album. And again, there's nothing really out there today that sounds like it. I guess you could say maybe to an extent like Ruins of Beveras, but the drummer of Nagelfar went on to do Ruins of Beveras, so I guess, you know, makes sense in a sense. But yeah, this is a 3-piece. The only other member, so yeah, Alexander von Meilenwald does drums, and he went on to do Ruins of Beveras, among other things. The other guy, what's his name, Zorn, he made one album under the moniker of Simple Existence, which it's an interesting record. I'll talk about it sometime. And then the vocalist Zingulus went on to be the vocalist for End Still. So these guys, I think they broke up in like 2001 or something like that, or yeah, somewhere around there, maybe 2003. But yeah, this is a very, very strong debut album. If you haven't heard this, definitely check it out. And then after that, in 1999, they released Srant Gorth, which is a concept album all about the seasons, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. It's only 5 tracks, but there's really, really long songs on here. The first 2 songs are like 16 minutes plus. And this is like the original version. I actually found this used at a record store like years ago. But yeah, this album's amazing. Again, there's nothing out there that sounds like it. There's so many different elements to this album. There's a lot of like electronica-based kind of music, a lot of layering, a lot of synths, a lot of kind of weird interludes. And the main thing on this album is that most of the songs, if not all of them, are like they reprise into the first song at some point in the song, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a journey. There's like a million riffs on this album. It's extremely well written. The only thing I'll say, the fourth song is kind of like electronica. Well, not electronica, but like it kind of almost sounds like an old KMFDM song. It's very synth based, and it's interesting. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say? Another atmospheric black metal masterpiece. A lot of Burzum influence, but there's also blast beats and different, like, you know, like Dark Throne, Gorgoroth kind of inspired shit, but it's tastefully done and definitely in their own style. Just another excellent record. This is 9 out of 10 easily. And so then after that, they released a Split, which I've never heard. And then in 2001, they came out with Virus West, which is, I guess you'd say, their most straightforward album. There's a lot less synth and layering and weird transitions on this one. It's kind of more so just straight up black metal. And the only thing I'll say about it is that, as far as negatives go, is that maybe the production's a bit stale at times. I feel like I miss the production from the first album, like kind of the rawness. But I don't know. I've listened to this album probably the most out of all three, and every time it just grows on you. The songs are really, it's hard to pin down like what their influences are, besides like, you know, like Burzum and just, I guess, straight up just atmospheric black metal, whatever the fuck was out at the time in 2001, which I guess was a lot. But yeah, there's some really interesting songs on here, like the first song, Hellbarn. I love the choirs towards the end. Sturmdur Catharsis. The main riff in that song is so fucking good. It's uplifting, kind of like in an early Drudka sense, like Autumn Aurora or something, but again, it's not like, you know, lame. And then the rest of the songs are great. There's some really, really intense drum performances throughout. And yeah, maybe it's not quite as memorable as the first two, but this is a really solid effort. I like this album a lot. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 again. This is the only 3 full lengths they ever put out. And then they put out an EP after Virus West called Ragnarok, which I've never heard because it was like impossible to get back in the day. I know they released it on one of their compilations in 2017, but I haven't gotten those yet. I will at some point. But yeah, just an absolutely phenomenal gem of a band. Again, the drummer went on to do Ruins of Bavarasis, which is one of the greatest projects out there right now. Yeah, you know, just a complete gem of a band. So if you haven't heard these guys, and by the way, this is infinitely better than the Swedish Nagelfar. It just is. I know that's kind of apples and oranges in a sense, but these guys just have so much more to offer. Yeah, just excellent stuff. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.